Okay, so these are some of the results from the unknowns. Now, what's in an unknown? An unknown tube can have between 1 and 3 different organic molecules. So it's up to you, up to the student, to figure out what's in that tube. So you will be taking your unknowns with you throughout the exercises. You can see it here. There's unknowns 1 through 12, and we don't know what's in them. I don't know what's in them until you test them, right? So you're going to submit them or subject them to all the same tests we just talked about. Here are the results for example, the Benedict's reagent. So if you know what the Benedict's reagent positive result looks like and the negative result, you can tell if your unknown has it or doesn't have it. For example, here, not knowing what's in there, I can tell you that's a negative result because it's blue. Okay. Looking at this one here, this is a positive result because it's got a colored and it's precipitate. It's a orange color and it's precipitated. Okay, so you can look at your unknowns and figure out, okay, I must have some reducing sugar if it comes out positive. You'll do the same thing for the Lugol's test. Again, we said the Lugol's test is going to give you a black color. So you can tell from these unknowns which are black, and the ones that stay yellow or clear color, they're negative. Okay? There's the test for lipids on the brown paper bag, just as we talked about earlier. And if it's leaving a greasy spot, it has fat. If it doesn't have fat, it won't be greasy. Now remember, because we also have a second test called Sudan-4, which also tests for lipids. The results for the brown paper and the Sudan-4 better match. If you're saying that this one has a lipid, then you better make sure that that one has a lipid too, because it doesn't make sense for one to be negative, one to be positive, because they're both testing for the same thing, which is a fat. Okay? So here, a positive result would be floating red droplets. So I say, without knowing what's in it, I can tell you that's positive, because there's floating red, a layer and floating red droplets. And over here you have the ninhydrin test. Also, you can see that here's an unknown that's positive. Okay, it's purple color. And here is an unknown that's positive. It's proline is the only one that gives you yellow. These others are negative. So whoever has unknown 3 and 4 does not have, in this case, the amino acids in them. Okay, and so one more test here, biuretes, the qualitative biuretes, not the quantitative one, not the one we just did, but the previous one. A positive result would be purple lavender color, right? A negative would be if it stays blue. So you can see here in the tray that most of these are negative for protein. There's only a couple here. So when you go tabulate all your results, you can tell whether your unknown has one of these organic molecules just by looking at the positive result. Okay? And that's it.